What's going on, guys? This is your boy Astrum Sensei and welcome back to my action RPG tutorial series, and this is part 23 I think, and we've made quite a lot of progress. If you play your game, you can see that we can now walk around and do combos. I know we've been doing combos for quite a while. And we also added enemy AI with patrolling and chasing the player and attacking. We still have to work on the battle system, but yeah, we also added a lot of sounds, cool sounds. It's really cool. But we still have to work on a lot of stuff for the battle system before we can actually move to the RPG mechanics, like the leveling system and all of that, and the inventory. You guys are mostly looking forward to the inventory. I don't know why. I find it to be the most boring part in an action RPG. But yeah, anyway, what we want to do in today's video is we're actually gonna clean up our code, and it's gonna be a little bit simple. Basically, what we're trying to do, as I'm trying to say it, we're trying to prepare for the next stage. Basically, the first arc of this tutorial series is over, and we're gonna start working on the second arc, which is gonna be like a kinda harder set of videos. I mean, not harder, just more time consuming. So yeah, we really have to make sure that everything is organized before we can continue working on the other stuff, because right now it's quite a mess. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm actually gonna delete the NPC AI and the NPC AI interface that I've created in part 11, I think. This was before I decided to use the behavior trees. No, the interface. I think we're not gonna delete the interface. Yeah, we're gonna delete this AI controller. It's not the one we wanna use. So just click on it and delete. And I'm not sure, did we use this interface? You know what, let's try deleting it and seeing what's using it. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, that was definitely a problem with the level, so we're gonna stay in this level for now. So yeah, we didn't need that interface nor the AI controller. Like, this is all we need. Now, I think this BP NPC class, we're not gonna need it for now. Yeah, there's nothing important in it. We can really come back to use it later, but for now, actually maybe if we make the character Maria, things will be better. Yeah, like this. Okay, it's not really harmful, so I'm just gonna keep it. So we're gonna go to our BP base, and that's the main part we're gonna organize. It's a big hot mess right now, and we haven't really been looking. Like, I wanted to do the lock-on videos, and it kinda was too unorganized, and I decided to just save it till later. So I'm just gonna delete all of the variables I created in that video. So we're gonna do that next, probably. Yeah, this one was also for the lock-on. I think I'm gonna delete it. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else I added for the lock-on? Yeah, it's this one. I'm also not gonna be needing any of this. And the event I've created, which is in the character actions. Yeah, I also organized these. You want to add each view to a category, which you can create over here, and they will be like this, very more organized. So I'm gonna delete the one I made for lock-on. Actually, this one also, and this one. Because we're gonna be doing something else for the next video. I also made that without telling you guys, so yeah, I didn't make the rest of the video, so I want to do it with you guys. Now the light attacks, what I want to do is I'm actually gonna, from over here, all of them, I'm gonna select them and collapse node to this small node, and I'm gonna call it light attack. And you know, this way you can just connect it to anything, so you can trigger light attacks using not only the attack button, but maybe in, I don't know, by a set of other events, you know. So I think we already have an event, light attack. Yeah, no, not this one. Attack. Event enemy attack. No, that one's for the enemy. Basically what you can do is create a copy of this and connect it to an event that's made in the character interface, and that way you can call the light attacks without using the input. I don't know, it might get useful for enemies and all of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna comment on this again and call it light attacks. I shouldn't have deleted the comment, that was a mistake. And we already have the draw weapon as a macro. You know, maybe it was a better idea to make this a macro. I don't know. Yeah, for now, either a macro or a node. I'm also gonna do the heavy attacks. You know, let's try it out as a macro. Expand node and collapse to macro. We're gonna call it light attack M. So right now this macro, what this macro does is it light attacks, so you can call it using anything. You can even add another input for the light attacks and connect it to another one, like you can just get it from here and use it whenever you want. We're also gonna do one for the heavy attacks so that we can use them later for our battle system with the enemy. So collapse to macro the heavy attacks, and I'm also gonna call it a heavy attack M. And you know, you can't skip this part. If you skip it, the lock-on is not gonna work for you probably. Why can't I make this smaller? Yeah, like this. Come on, man. And I think I'm gonna make an event for each of those, but maybe we'll do that later or in the lock-on video. Come on. The blocking will also make it a macro. So we want to collapse them to a macro and call it blocking M. You know what, there's no need for it to be a macro. I changed my mind again. I'm just gonna go with a normal node for all of them. You know, we can switch them whenever we want, so there's no problem. Yeah, it's fine like this. And like this, it's much cleaner to use our combat graph. There's basically nothing too crazy going on. Everything crazy is just inside a node or a macro. You know, macros are different from nodes in a way, so there's no need for these to be macros right now. Now, what else are we gonna clean? Okay, so our draw weapon macro, we're gonna take a look inside it. There's nothing that needs to be changed. Our light attacks and heavy attacks, there's a problem with the timing actually. I don't want to waste too much time doing it over right now with you guys, because it's gonna take a lot of time from me adjusting that stuff. So we're just gonna leave it for later when I'm not recording. But yeah, know that if it's no longer clunky, it's because I've adjusted the timings for them. Now the draw weapon, yeah, there's nothing about that. The blocking, there's also nothing about that right now. We're just gonna leave it as it is. So there's nothing to change in the combat graph. The sound effects graph is also pretty clean. So I'm just gonna make this, I'm gonna give this a comment. I'm gonna call it footstep sounds. And this is basically event footstep sound, play sound at location, and the actor location, which also tells you the sound cue of the footsteps. There's nothing else in the sound effects graph that we want to change. Now in the movement graph, there's the mouse input, the movement input, the toggle, walk, run. There's nothing that's already clean. The sprint, that's also pretty clean, I think. Like, we can collapse these to a node, but if they're in this comment, there's no need right now. The crouching, it's also pretty clean. Now this part, what was this part? Yeah, the jumping. Okay. So I think, yeah, I'm just gonna give them a comment. No need to collapse them. Jump. Now our movement graph is pretty clean. Let's close it and go to our event graph, which is quite empty. The event tick, we're gonna use it in the next video. So I don't know, it's on because I've used it before. Now we wanna go look at our, actually these macros didn't get deleted when we when we expanded them. Yeah, I'm gonna delete them for now. We can create them later. Make sure they didn't delete your actual nodes. That would be crazy. Crazy loss of progress. So yeah, in our variables, what we want to do is we're actually gonna give these a category. So where is it? This one, category. I'm just gonna add the movement ones to a category called movement. Running, also movement. You can, once you've created it, you can just change it from here. Crouching, also movement. Movement on, no, that one's combat. Okay, the other ones, I'm gonna make them a new category, which is called combat. And I'm gonna add them all into it. Okay, that's much cleaner. I'm gonna compile and save. Now I'm really not satisfied with the blueprint enemy. Like the enemy itself. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to using this BP NPC character. I think. I'm still not sure. The problem with this one is it's kind of limited to edit the animations and all of that, since it's the same character. Let me check one thing. If we go to the BP base and go to the, for example, light attacks, and copy this node and paste it over here. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Basically what we can do is make a copy of it and call it enemy attack. No, Yeah, that name's taken, I think. I don't know why. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna use this one. I'm just gonna stick with the BP enemy. But I'm really not sure about the enemy itself. You guys want an enemy that fights with a sword, and this one's kind of a zombie enemy. So I think I'm gonna change the character model itself later. I'm not sure. We'll see. Or we can just change the animation. The model's fine. Yeah, probably. Now, yeah, I think I'm gonna delete this one, the BP NPC. We can recreate it later. It's kinda simple, anyway. And our project froze. Oh my god. Okay, it unfroze. And let's make sure that everything still works and that we didn't destroy our progress. Yeah, it's perfect. Now the jump. What did I do? Okay, I made a mistake. Yeah, that was a big mistake probably. Let's see. Yeah, I just found myself a glitch. I crouched while jumping. Oh, damn. Oh no. Okay. I think we're gonna have to do something about that. Yeah. You know, I didn't even plan to have jumping in this game, but you guys want it. So let's go to the jumping code and see what's wrong with it. Okay, we're simply gonna go to the... Okay, now I know what's wrong with it. We're just simply gonna go to the movement variables and get our crouching variable and make a branch which asks us, is it crouching? If it is crouching, we're not gonna jump. If it's not crouching, we're gonna jump. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, we no longer have that issue. If you're crouching, you can no longer jump, which is what we want. See? That's a very, very simple solution, and it makes the game much better. So, I just moved it over here and make this bigger from this side because I really like them to line up over here. I know, very, very specific, but whatever. Compile. And yeah, I think we're next we're gonna go to our animation blueprint and see if there's anything we can clean up, and then end this video so that we can start working on our other stuff. Okay, so this is the blueprints we made for the footstep voices notifiers. So I'm just gonna give it a comment. I'm gonna call it footstep voice, or why voice, just SFX notifier. And this is it. Okay. Now in the event graph, oh yeah, that was the notifiers graph. Now in the event graph, we're also gonna give this a comment. This is the code we made in the first video for making our character move with the animation. Basically, it checks the velocity and the forward vector and the right vector for the character, and tells it to the animation blueprint and the blend space so that it can know which animation to play based on the blend space and the speeds we've set there. So the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this one which was connected to this, and connect this one to this one, because, you know, just cutting extra fat. And then we're gonna select them all and make a comment, and it's gonna be called get velocity and set speed side and forward to play animation, to play walk or run animation. Oh my god, that name is long, but I think it's very good to have it be this specific, especially if you're new to the engine and you're not used to this line of code. You can definitely forget what it's about. So yeah, name it something very specific. And this one is gonna be, oh yeah, this one's the character variable reference. So I'm just gonna make it, I'm gonna give it a comment. I'm gonna call it character variable reference, and make it like this. You have to make sure they line up over here, or else your game is bad. And this one's for the crouching. I'm gonna give it a name, call it crouching. Set crouching, actually. And place it over here. And this is it for the event graph of our animation blueprint. Now we're at the animation graph, or the anim graph. So basically this is all of the stuff we made. So this is the crouched variable and the blend poses by bool. If it is true, we crouch, and if it is false, we don't crouch. And this is the condition, which is the crouch variable. So I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm gonna connect, you know, make all of these together without the BSP walk. And I'm gonna give them a comment. I'm gonna call it crouch if variable is true. And I'm gonna comment on the other one. I'm gonna call it BSP walk. Yeah, just that. And these ones are the layered blend per bone. Basically, this one is the one we used when doing the blocking and the equip sword for the only, you know, to only play it. I don't know, I can't talk anymore. I don't know why. Yeah, to only play the upper body part when playing those animations. So yeah, I think I'm gonna comment about it also. I'm gonna call it play upper body slot. Yeah, I think there's no need for the word slot. Play upper body animations. Yeah, that's fine for me. I'm definitely gonna remember what it's about. If you guys want to be more specific with the names, you can just do it. And yeah, I think that's about it. The blend spaces, there's nothing to clean up in them. The folders, nothing else. These files are the stuff I used for the dungeons. We don't want them, so I'm not gonna organize them. And the weapons, yeah, there's no need to organize it right now. The sounds, also it's fine for now. Yeah, I think that's about it. As you can see, our game still plays the same after this part, but we've really improved a lot of stuff. Like, not a lot of stuff, but yeah, for now for example, we fixed the jumping with the crouching problem. And the only problem is if you crouch while jumping, yeah, when you land, you crouch. There's no problem with that, I guess. I mean, we can also make sure that we can't crouch unless we're on land, but can't be bothered with that, to be honest. So yeah, we're gonna save, and I really hope you guys like this video. Make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I wanted to special thank my precious patrons for supporting my channel and helping me make these tutorials more possible, because I definitely would have been less you know, motivated to make these videos. So thank you guys very much. I really love you, and see you on the next video. Take care and bye.